Coming up today on Better Books.
We've got the best beach reads to throw in your bag.
Plus, back to school worries.
What are you most nervous about? And you may not be alone.
And recipe of the week. Who doesn't love Nutella?
We'll attempt to make a delicious dessert with loads of it.
Your day's about to get better.
Starting right now.
First you go down, then you go up to make it better, make it better. Down on the ground, that's just one way up. Make it better, make it better.
Sorry, I was not energetic in my read, apparently.
Welcome to Better Connecticut on this Wednesday.
I do apologize. My goodness
Apparently
gracious.
there wasn't enough oomph.
There's not enough oomph.
You got to really have oomph when you're in the audio booth.
You got to pretend that there's a whole audience in front of you. Welcome to Better Connecticut. How's that? That's pretty good. That's
Fine
all
for right now.
I want to get to the passenger tied up in duct tape, but we have other things to get to first before that.
Like it's National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day.
Yeah, like what better day than
There's
this?
nothing quite like a hot chocolatey chip cookie. I mean, it's not the best thing.
And then apparently, if you go to Subway, you order through Grubhub any Wednesday through September 29th, and you're going to get 5 free cookies and a 0 delivery fee when you hit the $25 minimum.
Oh,
so there's a Subway
so you have to order
deal.
several subs and cookies.
Exactly. You're not just getting it. There's no such
Although
thing
Subway
as
has really good chocolate
they
chip
really
cookies.
do. But there is no such thing as a free cookie, as they say. So you gotta
Sometimes
order
you
a
just
bunch
get
of
the
stuff.
sub to get the cookie.
I'd just rather go in and just get the cookie. I don't
Right,
even need the
right.
sub.
But you know, there's like a deal.
Although I do love my Subway. I got to be honest with you. So happy Chocolate Chip Day.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookie day.
Who's 40 today?
Meghan Markle is 40.
You know who is also having a birthday today? Barack Obama.
That's right. And there was plans for a party, and then they got scrapped.
Kiboshed.
Yeah.
Is it because of COVID?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Probably
I don't-
isn't the best time to have a big birthday bash if you're
Yeah,
a politician.
I'm thinking
it's
the
all
same
kinds
thing.
of, you know, ideas about what's okay right now.
How's Meghan spending the day?
Well, she is, as the Duchess of Sussex, that she and her husband and Prince Harry, they're expected to celebrate in a low-key way.
Oh, that's nice.
Privately at their home in Montecito, California.
I can't believe she's 40. I thought she was much younger than that. I thought she was like in her early 30s. So good for her. 40. That's a big one.
It's a big one. You enter the wisdom years.
Yeah, 40 is a big one. The biggest birthdays I've had were 25.
Because you were a quarter century.
Yeah, I kept thinking I'm a
you're
quarter
like,
of a
I'm
century.
about an adult now. I'm
I'm
supposed
almost
to
an
be.
adult. I'm supposed to be. Thank God that never
But that
happened.
didn't happen.
Thank God.
30 years later.
And 40 was a pretty big one. I remember my brother did a poster for me. He said the forecast says 40. I still have it in my basement.
Oh, that's very clever.
I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but who knows. Anyway, Nicole Nalepa has a special coming up tonight. It's her Bright Spot. It's going to air at 4:55 this evening, and it's all about this gentleman who's singing, who's playing to the beluga whales, and they are loving it.
Oh my goodness, look at that. And I mean, music is the language of the universe. It's healing for everybody, but it's just so, those whales are incredible. Just
Oh my
even
God.
watching the beluga whales transports you to calm.
I'm calm now listening to this. So this guy's name is, I think, Big Love. He's a hip-hop violinist. And Big Lux, excuse me. He played the delicate instrument to the aquarium staff and to the belugas. And again, Nicole's going to feature him tonight on the Bright Spot. So if you want more of the story, tune in around 4:55.
Look at it, the
On the
whale
evening
really
news.
looks like
I know,
he or she
they're-
is dancing.
Yeah, they're just love this. I absolutely love this.
So how often do you bathe your kids?
I
That
don't
is a
have
question.
kids. How often do you bathe your kids?
You know, I did the every night thing, but not necessarily. Doctors will say that babies and kids don't necessarily need to be bathed every single night. It just was the routine to get them to go to sleep.
Right.
I thought that calmed them
Did you
down.
do it in the sink when they
When
were
they were
little?
little, yeah.
and
Well,
then
it was like a plastic bath you put in the sink and then into the bathtub and then. But anyway, Kristen Bell says that she waits for her children to stink until they give them baths. Now, their kids are a little older, 8 and 6. She's married to Dax Shepard, and she says she's a big fan of waiting for the stink because your body has more good bacteria and your microbiome is preserved and
Okay,
all that.
this is coming off the heels of Ashton Kutcher and Mia Kunis, right? Because they said that they don't take their kids to bathing every day. They go when they look dirty. So when the kids look dirty, that's when they put them in the bath, but they don't
Now,
bathe them
I wonder
every-
how often that is, because if you're a kid, you often look dirty every single day.
You shower? Do you shower?
I do shower every day.
I don't shower every day.
But sometimes it's just a
gotta be
rinse
honest.
off.
I'm just saying.
You do
Like,
wait for yourself to stink.
I wait for myself to stink. I go, All right, time for a
No,
shower.
I think showers
I
are.
did shower today.
But it's also like my therapy. Like you're in the shower and you're like, oh, let me just, yeah.
it's a calming.
Sometimes if I'll just take a quick rinse off before you go to sleep to kind of feel like you're tired.
I wait for the stink. I'm like Kristen Bell. I'm like one of her kids. I wait for the big
There's
stink.
always the quick sink shower too if you're in a rush.
Well, when I get up in the morning, Kara, it's like I'm in a rush for time. I'm always in a rush because I sleep to the last possible minute. And then I
Yeah.
get up, I look in the mirror. If my hair's good, I say, oh, it's a good day.
And if not, then you'll shower?
And then I shower. Yeah,
What
so
about the shaving part?
I always shave because I'm afraid you're going to say something. So I've shaved today.
But you don't shave in the
And
shower, clearly.
No, I don't shave in the shower. I shave first, then I get in the shower, which I think you're supposed to do the opposite. I
yeah,
think you're supposed to open up the pores in the
Just
shower.
make your skin soft.
And then
They have a whole kit that you can shave in the shower.
so
Anyway, did you see this video that's going around the internet of the unruly passenger that some Frontier flight attendants actually taped to the seat? Now, a lot of people are defending the flight attendants.
Yeah.
Apparently, this young man, I think he's about 22 years old.
Oh, no. There you go. Oh, no, Kara, this is not good.
Well, he got out of hand. Apparently, he'd been drinking a lot. He grabbed a flight attendant in a groping way. He was saying inappropriate things. I don't think this is in the flight attendant handbook.
No.
But apparently, he was pretty unruly. He was also yelling something about his parents being worth a lot of money.
Yes, and apparently, Kara, these incidents are up. They are up 30. What is it? 3,700.
He groped their breasts.
Yes, he did. He did clearly inappropriate things. They've seen 3,700 unruly passengers on planes this year.
Is this just emblematic
This
of what's
is-
happening in the world? Everyone's going crazy.
This is reason enough for me to stay on the ground and drive my car. Look, they duct taped
What
him.
kind of tape?
It was duct tape. They duct taped him right to the seat, and I hope they don't lose their jobs because good for them.
They say they're investigating, but isn't
on.
there? If he was getting that unruly and they had the rest of the flight.
Tell ya, go after my breasts, see what happens to you, buddy. That's all I'm saying. I'm moving on. All right, Apple bans Tinder for anti-vaxxers from the App Store. There's a whole website out there.
The whole Tinder app for
of-
anti-vaxxers.
And Apple's saying no.
It's a safe space for the unvaccinated to come together uncensored through business, friendship, and love, it says. But so it's still available on Android. Apple has banned it.
Oh, so it's like Tinder. It's called what is it called? Unjected. Okay, so they banned it. They said that they're not allowing this. And the app was launched by two women from Hawaii in May. But I don't know.
It's for the folks who don't want to get vaccinated to be able to come together.
Come together right now.
Now you saw that New York just put in that you have to have you have to show
gotta
proof
show
of vaccination for indoor dining, for
Broadway shows,
Yeah.
restaurants, everything. You got to show proof. Now, this is the first, I think it's the first major city to
yeah, it is. They said so.
proof
I was
vaccination.
watching an interview with Bill
You
de
have your
Blasio this
cards?
morning.
Well, I have two of them because
Yeah.
I forgot. You did the same thing.
I did. So now we have two.
No, we both
If you
each
show
have-
up and you forgot your card, they wrote you a new one. Then I found the old one, so now I have two.
Oh, see, no, I just have I have one for one vaccination date and one for the other vaccination date. And they're not like wallet size, so you can't put them in your wallet. They're big.
I have a
It's like
different
the size
wallet. It's a lady wallet
it's
that's
like the size
big.
of this.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a picture of it and keep it on my phone, just as our producer just suggested.
Yeah,
but
that
I
is
have the
good.
My Chart from Hartford Healthcare, and you go on there, you click it, and it goes
And
to
it
you
shows.
sign in. It shows vaccines. It says vaccination date 1, vaccination date 2.
Yeah.
So, and
You could screenshot that, I guess, too. But in New York and other cities, they also have these apps. I don't know how much they're required, but they literally, you can show your phone, kind of like a ticket to get into a concert. And it's a system they're using to kind of register people who have been vaccinated.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So I don't know if we're going to get something like that in Connecticut. It's interesting, though, because, there are people who said, I don't want the government forcing me,
get a vaccine,
but up
right.
until this point, it's been strongly encouraged. Now it's sort of, they're trying, and that was the interview this morning, like, listen, we're trying to make it very difficult to be one of the people who's not vaccinated because we want people to get vaccinated.
Well, Garth Brooks is considering ending his stadium tour because of the coronavirus. He says that his next show is August 14th in Nebraska, and then he's going to take some time to assess what to do about the remainder of the dates in 2021. He's like he might sit out the rest of the tour. We just spoke to Garth Brooks on our morning show. I think it was last week because his new record was dropping.
There you go.
There you go.
60 to 70,000 people come to see him, so that's a lot. So
That's a lot of people.
We just did a new vaccine team podcast. You can listen to over your podcast, and there was a lot of concern from the chief infectious disease specialist at Hartford Healthcare about the Delta variant and how quickly it's growing and what that's going to look like in the fall and winter.
Yeah.
So
keep your masks handy.
Keep the
ladies
masks and people, if they can get the vaccinations.
Get the vaccination if you can. All right, Amazon has a new device that could lead to less singing while you're washing your hands. Apparently, is
Well,
a
you're supposed
timer?
to sing happy birthday to you, just so you know you washed long enough.
Right.
This is a touchless smart soap dispenser, and it does the timing for you, so then you don't have to have someone sing.
Look at this. So it times it out at 20 seconds. Well, you can sing along with it if you'd like, but if you really want to sing along, you can also connect this to your phone, and Alexa will play the happy birthday song. This is a great idea.
Oh, so then Alexa could sing it instead of you.
Alexa will sing it, and then you get your hands washed. You know you've done it for a long time, and then you got clean hands. What, have you ever sung a song while washing your hands?
Under my breath, yeah.
Yeah, have you?
Because they tell you to sing happy birthday, and then you know you're done. So. Okay. All right, for all the celebrity news, you can watch People the Show right here on Channel 3 at 7:30.
Kay's talking to one of my high school friends, Rosie ODonnell. Take a look.
Oh, from Comac.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight on People, Rosie ODonnell opens up on the People in the 90s podcast with host Andrea Leventhal and Jason Sheeler. They cover her entire career, including how Rosie broke down gender barriers in stand-up comedy.
Doing stand-up back then, there were so few female comics, but there was work every week. But of course, they couldn't do it without announcing, it's female comedy night, estrogen night, it's estrogen. We have a lot of women. And, sometimes the club owner would pick you up at the airport and go, you're like the third female comic we've had. And if you're not funny, we're not hiring anymore. Oh, great. Just my entire gender's employment. Thank you. No pressure on me. But it was a tough time when I think back on it now. Although then I was very focused and very driven, and I knew exactly where I wanted to go and what I wanted to do. So there was no stopping me.
There is so much good stuff here. Rosie also gets into her past movies, friendship with Madonna, and her talk show. It is all tonight on People.
She grew up on Rhonda Lane. I grew up on Murray Crescent.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's sort of the center of the world. John Edwards, the famous psychic, is from there, too.
Oh, seriously?
Remember he came on the show?
Yeah. I don't think he went to my high school, though.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll have to ask.
Or
he probably already knew that, though, because he knows everything. All right, we got a great show for you today. Coming up, we're talking books. Finally, Lori Fazio makes it into the top of the show, so she's not going to get cut off. This is very exciting.
Hey, a beach read, especially when it's called a beach read, right? And everyone's favorite 5-ish minutes of the week. Is it? Our producer wrote, what will we mess up today?
You're watching Better Connecticut on this Wednesday afternoon. We'll be right back.